Hello everyone, my name is Tom Hougaard. I'm testing out a new piece of software and I want to do it on the Dow Jones Index. This allows me to video record my thoughts and charts rather than sitting and typing it up. I wanted to give a longer term perspective of the Dow Jones Index and why we're trading where we are. This chart will show you the Dow Jones Index from 2009, the low we made in March 2009, up to where we are right now, trading around 13,250. The high that we saw back in September was an interesting high. The reason why it was interesting was because that from a time analysis point of view, it came in just as expected. It was in fact 72 weeks since this high that you're seeing over here. If I just copy that, I give you a perspective of the time cycle analysis. This 72 weeks is a prolific time cycle, one which I've used many times to forecast major highs and lows. Most recently back in 2009, where I predicted the end of the bear market. The reason why I think that this high that we're seeing up here right now is so interesting is because it is harmonious with the high that we saw back in early 2011. As a matter of fact, if I draw a distance line from the low in 2010 up to the high in 2011, and then I place it at the low that we're showing in late 2011, you will see the amazing harmony there is between these two moves. And that is why I am suspecting that the high that we're seeing here is a very important high. Furthermore, you will also notice that the retracements that we have seen, virtually every single retracement has been in harmony with each other, i.e. they're all around 1100 points. Some a little more, some a little less. What happened back in 2011 was that the market made a peak at 12,880 and it made a 78.6% retracement. That's what you're seeing right here. And then the market fell about 2,600 points. That's not quite right, 2,100 points. If I then zoom into the current price action here and I identify the 78.6% retracement level, you'll see that it comes in at 13,400, give or take. And so I suspect that with 1 week left of 2012, we could have a top in the making. If this 13,400 decidedly gets taken out, and decidedly to me will mean that weekly close above 12,450, then I think 14,400 comes into play. But in terms of low risk opportunities, in this case to short the market as close to 13,400 will allow you to participate in any downside move without risking a lot. If I'm just going to show you a different perspective before we finish off this little video tutorial, I want to dispense with the Fibonacci and the time cycle analysis, and I want to show you something which is just very, very much traditional technical analysis, and that's that of a head and shoulder pattern. So what you're seeing here is a market that makes a left shoulder, a top, a head, and then a right shoulder. Might not be the prettiest head and shoulder in the world, and here, around here, you have the baseline, and then the theory goes that you will travel the distance from the top down to the neckline, and where it breaks will give you the target. So that would roughly come in here. It went a little lower than that, but it gave you a good idea of what to expect. So if that's the case, if we're seeing a left shoulder here, we're seeing a top here, and then maybe a right shoulder is forming here over the next few weeks, could potentially also give us a baseline around here. And let's just say for the sake of the argument that broke around here. And that would give us a target in the Dow Jones somewhere between 11,500 and 11,000, depending on where it breaks. Of course, that's all speculation right now. I want you to remember that statistically, some of the strongest days in any given calendar year are the trading days surrounding Christmas and New Year. but more often than not, a trend changes in the new year. And don't forget, it's now nearly 13 years since the top. A little bit of Fibonacci number for you. That's all for me, folks. I wanted to test out this software and see how it plays out. The only thing left for me to do is to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope to see you bright and kicking in a new year. God bless.